Welcome to this video. In our previous videos, we have seen how we can link two tables to a more tables using a unique key. Okay, so for a particular table, the unique key would be like primary key, and when you are linking that primary key with another table, that primary key becomes foreign key. Okay, so that's a small definition of primary key and foreign key. So right now, let's discuss another situation, and rather this is more practical because in day in day out we face similar kind of data where the relationship is not always many to one. It sometimes happens that many to many relationship needs to be established among the data if we try to interact between both the tables. So let's check an particular example here. So I have a fact actual sales table as well as a dimension budget sales table. Okay, so here you could see that these are my products for a particular date. This much was my sale. However, for that particular date for that product, what was the budget? This much was the budget. So if I have similar kind of situation and I want to know how much was my ratio with respect to my budget to actuals, so that would be a business condition, correct, or business requirement. Now let's see. In Power Pivot, you cannot establish a many-to-many relationship. What do you mean by that? In a particular column, right, product, there are products, pen, rubber, whatever, it's repeated more than once. It's not unique, correct? Similarly, the dates, you could see 1st Jan 2017, again 1st Jan 2017, below again it might be. So the point is, there's no unique value in any of the columns. Again, if I come here and see that again date is duplicate, no unique value, product again it's duplicate, no unique value. And it's always required that you should have a unique column present in a particular column if you are trying to use that as a primary column to join among other tables in Power Pivot especially. In database concept, we do have many-to-many relationship. So let's see what would be the problem if we have this kind of situation and how we can solve this situation. Okay, so let's quickly load this to our data model, Power Pivot, add to data model, correct. So I have my actual table loaded. I go to my budget and load the same thing, add to data model. So my budget table is also loaded. Right now, let's see. We don't have any linkage. Right now, if we try to create a linkage between date to date, it will give you an error stating this. The relationship cannot be created because each column contains duplicate value. Select at least one column that contains only unique value. So if one column contains unique value, so it will create one to many kind of relationship. So it's giving an indication that this situation you cannot create a relationship. Okay, so let's try with product. Hopefully we'll get the same error. Yes, the same error. So what's the implication? If I create a pivot table, okay, a new sheet, fine. And from actual, if I take product and if I say what was my actual, so I will get the actual because this actual is coming from this actual table, correct, which is linked to this product. However, these tables are not linked. So if I pull the budget for that, it will sum up the entire budget and it will give the value for the same value for all the products, which ideally not the thing which we want to get, right? Again, if I remove the product and I take the date from budget because this budget, okay, so if I take the date, so you could see that for each date the budget can be assigned properly. However, for actual it has summed and it has given all the same value for all the rows, which again it's not the requirement, correct. So right now I will remove this data as well. let's think of how we can create a linkage, correct? So to do that, we have to create a bridge table. A bridge table is nothing but a table which contains the unique value from a particular column or from a particular table which has duplicate values. Okay, so my requirement might be that I want to check the actual as well as the budget across products or across dates. So right now I have to create two bridge tables, one for unique dates and one for unique products. Let's see how we can create this situation in Excel itself using Power Query. So I will go to Excel. My data is in fact actual. Before that, just keep in mind there would be definitely a master table or a fact table which contains entire data. Whether it is duplicate, that's a different story. However, it will contain entire range. For example, if I take the dates from this particular fact actual sales, it contains from January 1 to 15th, correct? And all the products which are actually present in my catalog are present here, correct? So I would consider that this is my master table from where I can extract the unique data for both date and product. So you have to judge which table which is present in your situation can be considered to extract the unique data for the columns which we would be using as a bridge table. Okay, so I will go to Power Query. I will try to from table range because it's selected fact actual. Okay, so I want to import unique dates. So let me show you a trick how you can create that. I just want to have this date, so I will remove other columns. Okay, and then from remove rows, I would say remove duplicates. So you could see that from 1st Jan 2017, it has first 15 Jan 2017, all the unique rows or unique dates. I will name this as dates unique table. Okay, and I will load it to my, I create a connection and load it to my data model. Fine. You will see right inside the window will open and say that the data is getting loaded. So 15 row loaded, which is now fine. Again, I would use the same table because this is the table which I would try to extract the unique product data as well. Again, I will go to from table and Power Query, correct. Now this time I need only the product column. I will say remove other columns. From remove row, I will say remove duplicates. So these are my four unique products. So I will say product, sorry, product unique table. Come here, close and load. Again, I will try to say only create connection, add to data model, load. So now four rows are loaded to our data model. Let's have a look. Oh yes, we have the data model. So let's create a relationship now. So dates, I would keep it here, and product, I would be keeping it here. So this date would be linked to this. Okay, now let's edit relationship. So what is stating that this table date is linked to this, and this one is active, correct? So let's say okay, fine. Again, this date I will link to this one. Again, one to many relationship, and this product I would link to this product bridge table. Because another operation is in progress, please wait file this. Okay, cannot because operation is in progress, please wait. Fine. So this is done. I don't know what's okay. So product is getting got linked from budget. Again, I will link this product to this product. So these are my bridge tables, which contains the unique data, and yes, all the entire range of data which should be present in both the tables. Correct. So this is my relationship. Now let's see what happens to my pivot table. I come here. Fine. I have my sum of actuals as well as sum of budgets. Now remember, my product unique table contains a list which contains entire range of data. Correct? Entire range of product. It might be that this actual sales, there are few products which are missing, available. However, for budget, it might be that it's missing. It might be because there's some product which got added newly and they just sold it, but they didn't create any budget for that. But this particular product tab will contain list for all the products which are present in that catalog. So if that's the case and I want to know what was my actual against my budget, I should take the product from this product table. I'll select it here. Now you could see that it's showing exactly for pen how much was actual against what was my budget. Correct. Now let's see if date is working fine or not. Again, this date would contain entire range. It might be those dates from any of the dates from this entire range is missing in either of the tables. So you have to keep in mind the bridge table what you have used. You should use the columns what you want to take as the analysis point should be taken from the unique or the bridge table. So I will take the dates from here. Okay, now you could see that it is summing up the value appropriately according to the need. So this is the way which you can use to create bridge table. But let me show you one more example where we can, oh, one more method which we can do. So here, if I create another column, say conc date product, okay, and I would try to concat between this and this. Again, remember that this would be my unique field again. Why? Because for a particular date, a pen or a product is repeated once. In this situation, again, you can create the same thing in budget here. Say conc here concat between date and product. Okay, and this and this. Suppose you create these, and then if you load this to the data model and try to connect using this as the linkage or the relationship, if it's established on this concat between both the tables, that situation will work perfectly fine because this is again a unique key because this date and product combination cannot be present twice. Yes, if the date or if the data which you have contains the same data like this, in that situation, you cannot use this concept. Then again, you have to create a particular bridge table for dates and product because for this again it would be one, for this again it would be one. Correct. So just you have to analyze and you have to judge that what situation you have to have a proper understanding of the data what you are handling with, and depending on that you have to choose which option should be taken because see, right now the previous option where we just created a unique between a concat between the date and the product, and we try to use this as a linkage table. This will work fine. We don't have to do unnecessary steps of creating two unique or bridge table and then linking it and then doing. But yes, if the data doesn't support your logic, then creating bridge table and creating the relationship is the only solution available for you. So I hope that this understanding helps you a lot in managing your data in future. Thank you for watching this video.